Hey everybody, this is Gary Dean with Sentiment Timing, and this is our technical video report for Monday, October 30th, 2023. So we have, I said it wasn't really going to take a whole lot to ignite a short squeeze, and I think it started today. I'm pretty sure it did, but again, with everything going on, overseas, it's you have to be very cautious. That's probably the best way to put it. So anyway, with the predictive analytics model, everything was lining up for some type of low to be in place, and I've been explaining that when you don't really want to go against this model because it uses three different things. It uses time, sentiment, and technicals. And when you have them lined up like that, we could be on the wrong side of a trade, but it typically is not that long. And when it is extended, the move to the downside or upside, whatever way it's being extended, gets exaggerated, and it's usually on rocket fuel going the other way. So we have, down here we had the 3% bullish sentiment reading. Here we had the 1% bullish sentiment reading. That was on Friday. And now we have the launch. So here's another pattern. This is the inverted head and shoulders. So when we came down, I said, we could make something like this, but what would happen? We need to come up and down. And sure enough, that's what we did. We made it, we got to the, we made the right shoulder here. So here's the left shoulder, right shoulder, head and right shoulder. And we took off. We broke out of this, the bullish wedge. So the patterns and technicals were all in place. We had sentiment that was in place. So again, when you're able to line this stuff up, it's pretty easy to trade. That's probably the best way to put it. But anyway, so if this pattern plays out, again, I'm not 100% sure. If we take out this the 4132, let's just move this up and say this is really the line in the sand for the bulls if they want this pattern to work. Because if we take this out, then obviously this is not an inverted head and shoulders pattern, or it is, it's just not going to play out. But let's say we come down, hold support here, or at the neckline, the upside target on this is going to be 42.23. So again, we're long at 41.50, 41.60 in that area. We're pretty much right where we were. I wanted to make sure the low was in. I wasn't going to try to catch this falling knife, especially going into the weekend where we weren't really knowing what was going to take place. So I have no problem just watching that. But if we were going to go lower, we had our pivots that we were going to look to buy on. So now we're going to wait and see how support holds. So if support holds here, then we're going to wait for the next break, and we'll add another third. And we'll just keep doing that until we get to the upside target. From there, all the pundits that were saying that we were in a new bull market when when the market was up here, and now everybody's bearish on the market again. Well, it's once we get back up into these levels, they're going to get all bullish again, and it's why I say you just don't listen to any of these guys. They're selling you the direction that they want the market to go. They're not giving you anything in advance, so just stay away from them. But in any case, this is another thing I wanted to point out. So the inverted head and shoulders, it seems like it pops up all the time. But the thing is, if you remember, when we were up here and everybody was, saying, no, the bull market's going to kick off again. And I started hearing, some people were pointing out this pattern. But this is the difference between the two is, one, this took place at the top of a move. So let me go to a 60-minute chart. It's probably going to be a little bit easier to see. So from the when we were at these levels here, you can see it was a perfect inverted head and shoulders pattern, but it was at the top of the move here. So this is a bottoming pattern. This is not a pattern that takes place in the top. And I said one thing that typically happens when we have these is that we get a break. So this was the break at a neckline. And from there, we got the reversal, and everybody that missed this entire move was buying this entire dip. But the thing is that this was at the top of the pattern. So it typically what happens is they give them head fakes, and that's typically exactly what happened. We had 98% bullish, we had 89% bullish, we had 85%, and we had 94%. So everybody was bullish on this market, and it's, again, the predictive analytics model was looking lower, and sure enough, that's exactly what happened. And now we're looking higher, or at least for a bounce, because like I said, with the geopolitical stuff going on, it's you have to be a little careful, is probably the best way to put it. So anyway, what happens now? If we do get a pullback tomorrow, because if we look at the 15-minute chart, you can see we do have some sell signals. So if we come down, I would kind of anticipate the 41.52. That would be support. If not, then we have to look at the 41.31. Up top, obviously, it's going to be 4,200. And if we get above that, then we're looking up at the 42.20. I'm sorry, did I say 40? I'm not sure if I said 4,400 before as the target, but no, 42.20 is the upside target on it. So anyway, if the bulls are going to have to get above this, bears are going to have to get below the 50-day moving average on the 15s. Whoever wins this battle wins this little thing. But you can see there's enough room to get up to the 41.99 there. On the downside, the bulls don't have a whole lot of wiggle room. 41.52 is not that far from 41.66. But in any case, I'm sticking to the same game plan. If we come down, I'm going to look to buy at our support levels. If it goes up, I'm going to wait for it to come down and hold support, and then look to buy for the next move up. And I would not count out this gap getting closed at a minimum, 42.46. So again, you can see if we're able to build up our position on this, how we're going to make 90, 100 points. And I said, I'm not looking for any home runs on this move, just because it's a little too dangerous out there. Just, when you go to bed, you don't know what is going to happen when you wake up. And the last thing I want to do is see the futures down, 100 points or something, and I'm long. So let's see what plays out tomorrow. Have a great night, and I'll talk to you guys in the morning.